Aberystwyth is a nice coastal seaside town, but climatically it's cool and wet. We had 4 children at the time, and I just got very fed up of being stuck indoors at the weekends. The children couldn't go outside because of the rain. Well, I was a scientist. I was in fact a lecturer in biochemistry in the University of Wales. Well, I didn't mind teaching. It was nevertheless a bit burdensome. All I wanted was to do research. I was, I suppose you might say, an obsessional scientist, and the field of science I was working in was very close to the field that a group of scientists in CSIRO Division of Plant Industry in Canberra were working in. They knew my work, I knew theirs, and so they thought they'd like to have me as part of their team. So I decided to accept the offer of a job, and my wife and family and myself, we were set off in a P&O liner, SS Oronsay, and we sailed first class, great comfort, a 5-week, very interesting voyage out to Australia. Well, there were all kinds of things put on, particularly for the children, which my wife put them into. I mainly would read and go for strolls around the decks. I just like being at sea. I mean, some of my later research was, in fact, involved the ocean. So I always liked being out at sea, so that was for me very pleasant. When we arrived, it was October, but it was an unusually hot October, so the heat struck me at first. It wasn't hard to take, but it was something new for us, yeah. We immediately, of course, started looking for a house of our own, and we soon bought a house in the suburb of Aranda, a very bushy suburb. Here, the children could spend most of the time outside, run out into the bush. It was sometimes too hot in the summer, but it's a dry heat. But the winter presented us with no problems. Australians think of Canberra as a cold place, but if you come from 52 degrees latitude in the Northern Hemisphere, Canberra is not a cold place. And of course, Canberra is in many ways quite a European city, with all the European trees planted everywhere. So it was not an alien environment. I often hanker back to Ireland, but it's just a price you have to pay. I'd probably find if I went back to Ireland that it's become a different country from the country I left. Leaving her family behind was a big thing for my wife, Julia. Yes, she was a brave woman. I mean, not that it was a hazardous journey, but nevertheless, she thought she'd give it a go. And we never regretted it. She never regretted it either. She liked Australia too. Canberra was very easy to settle down in. We've been here for 54 years. That's nearly 2/3 of my life. So yes, Canberra is now is my home. I think you might say I'm a proud, rather chauvinistic Canberra person. I think Canberra's a great city. I think it's underestimated, underappreciated by Australians. I think it's very good.
Far away in Australia, soon will fate be kind, and I will be ready to welcome at last the girl I left behind. Oh, you can't leave me, this poor